Good night, fellow punters. The clock on the wall says 9:45 on Monday night. Back with a few for tomorrow. When I was with you last, I said I was going to probably go to Navan, which I did. Yesterday, I was up and gone at about 9:20, thinking I'd be there at 11 to 11:15, but it was 20 to 12 when I got in. Lost maybe 10 minutes getting a bit to eat in a bag in Ballinalack on the way, and then traffic was a bit slow. So Mary on the phone, she brought me out the Slane Road and in the back way. Getting parking was not too bad. Walking was a problem with good shoes on. Should have brought Wellingtons. It was plenty of muck. The going was heavy in the car park, never mind on the racetrack. Got in, the first race was off. Great crowd altogether, and they've done a wonderful job round there. The only one little complaint I would have is understaffed in the tea and coffee place. Only two working there, two girls. They could easily have had a third or a fourth with a big queue, because turnover is everything, and the more people that can get that tea and coffee, the more money there's in the till, and it should easily pay the wages for another staff member. There was plenty in the bookie shop, there was plenty in the bar, there was plenty of staff everywhere, there was plenty of people everywhere bar where you'd need them. There was a lot of people complaining that it's taken too long. But a great crowd, great day's racing. Windy, it wasn't a hair day, and it was bitter cold sort of towards the end. Down towards, but I was down towards the stand or the wire. Some great performances. Probably the bumper winner was the best performance I thought of the day, but there was good performances, no doubt. Cocoa Beach won the big one, and I erred the other night. I did not put it up on the description, which I thought I did. I went for the 1.5 on the Devil's Coachman, thinking that should be definitely in the first six. And I meant to put the 0.5 each way on Cocoa Beach, and never realised until I was in the car park after the race yesterday that I hadn't put it up. My mind over the weekend, that's the way it's going or gone. But it must be part of the sickness I have, that I can see that at times that I'm making mistakes that I shouldn't be making. But he runs with his heart on his sleeve. He gives it everything. The Devil's Coachman just didn't jump. When he passed me first time, he was at the back, and then when he passed second time, he was moving up a bit, but on the back side, he didn't jump quick enough. Finished 7th out of the money for a bet online. Make Good went out in front, or in third place, trying to make the suicidal to do that in Navan. There was 2 placed horses in England, the City Chief and Me in Line. We made money, or we got money back on that. I was just reading the comments there a few minutes ago, and I just scattered down along. I will answer them later on. I see a few people back Cocoa Beach, and Danny Gilligan is a great operator altogether. I met a few yesterday, Malachy McKenna from North Meath. He was wheeling a wheelbarrow around the betting ring, and Damien Dardis had a wheelbarrow and a blow-up doll, a lookalike of Dolly Parton. So I don't know what he was up to. It was better off I just salute and let him on. Good man, Damien. On to tomorrow, Tuesday. There's a few bets that you can pick yourselves what you want to do. In the tracker, there's a couple come up in this race, Adjuvant and Blow Your Horn. Blow Your Horn, first time going over the jumps. Adjuvant was rated fairly high on the flat. It was up around 90, wasn't it? 97. And it ran pretty decent the last time, but there was a good bit of money. It clouted the last, otherwise it would have finished third to 2 decent horses. I was thinking for anyone, it's the 5 to 4 shot, 11 to 8 in places. There is money for Court in the Act there from Harry Durham after being transferred from Oliver Sherwood. It looked good enough in a bumper, all right, in Fontwell. But if you look at the horse that finished second at 7-2, that ran in a maiden hurdle into his bet 8 or 11 1/4 lengths, and it ran out in a novice hurdle previous. So I don't know what he bet in that. We have a spin over hurdles already. That might be worth a bet. You could put, there's a couple of them there that they're short, but there's a horse there, State Legend. 9-4. It's stepping up in trip to 2.5.5. This was it in a race. Where was he? That's him on the very outside in the blue.
Guys in fourth position, then Furcash, State Legend, and Onse Calm has got a lot to do from there, making their journey then towards the second last. It's Sir Rock who's still just ahead, but the nose-banded head of Celtic Fortune's now there and level over 2 out. Celtic Fortune puts it up to Sir Rock. Away to the left-hand side now, Apologise is coming, and State Legend gets involved to the right. 4 in the air together over the last. Off up the run-in. Apologise and Celtic Fortune are starting to forge on. It's Apologise just ahead of Celtic Fortune. State Legend is rallying strongly near side. Very close. State Legend with a...
I thought when it passed the line that day that it had won. It didn't. It was second by a head, or a short head. If you want to put them two together in a double or something, and there's another one here. Jamie Snowden has 2 horses. The 2 of them are 7-year-olds, and Gavin Sheehan rode Super Survivor and Git Maker all the last several times. So obviously he had the choice. He rode that 6 times. And he rode Git Maker. All bear once, twice. Johnny Burke rode it once and Kevin Brogan. So he picks that. So you'd imagine it's a 5-horse race there. The other 3, there is a few pound for just a dime. But even reading the stable tour, Jamie Snowden, he said he has a great chance to win to run strike rate and won 3 of his 4. He jumps well and stays well, and then he runs at the end of November, and then may have an entry in the Welsh National. That reads between the lines that he will have an entry if he does all right tomorrow. And what he says about Super Survivor is that it's definitely going for the Welsh National. So that'll be a starting off point, you'd imagine, tomorrow. So that's probably why he's a fragile individual, but good in the staying. He loves soft ground. Ideally, we are going to target him for the Welsh National, and he may start off in Lingfield. He doesn't read between the lines. The other one would have a better chance tomorrow, and Gavin Sheehan takes that ride as well. So them 3 are sort of shorties. Do what you want with them. There's a horse there. There's a race there in the 1/2-6 or 6:30, as some people might want to call it. 6 furlong race. Baldomero is the favourite. There's our good old buddy Novello. He won for us in Kempton, or he won the Epsom Dash at 5 furlongs at 25-1 in Epsom there months ago. But he's better over 5, I think. But Baldomero and Justcallmepete ran in the race there recently that we were on prop forward. So if you look at the race there, that's Baldomero taking the lead there right now. But look at Justcallmepete, is back in the black with the red dots.
Strongly on the near side too. Inside the final furlong, Baldomero in front here. Admiral D pressing hard though. Baldomero and Admiral D as they go up towards the line. Admiral D and Baldomero probably in that.
I think he could turn the form on that horse tomorrow night when you consider the way he likes the surface in Chelmsford. Here he comes on the right hand side.
Out as they race inside the final furlong and a half. Then Climbing now gives way, and Hello Me's now back out in front from Ramiro. Just Call Me Pete in black and red is challenging towards the running round. Nebworth is getting going wider out. They're inside the last, and it's Just Call Me Pete who struck the front for it. Hello Me and Nebworth, and on the run towards the line, it's Just Call Me Pete. Just Call Me Pete to win it. Hello Me.
The only thing about he's drawn in 8, but he needs to get him out. Dougie Costello. There's £2 of a difference as well. Baldomero went up from 88 to 90. He's drawn 1. If Justcallmepete can lay up to the pace, I think he might come home best. He's a good each way bet. He's 5 to 1. Whereas the other one, I think it's between the two of them. Baldomero 2 to 1. He's 5 to 1 with 365. There was 2 today. I can't remember their names. This lad hasn't ran in Chelmsford. He's the second favourite. I think it's between the two of them, and I fancy him for an each way bet there at 5 to 1, 9 to 2. You know, it's I'm hoping that he'll run well. Chizia, well, that won the race tonight, and remember that we had a winner. Mountain Song was it on soft ground. And I said that next day, I said if it was in Kimpton, the other one had won because he likes the surface. He won the half 6 there tonight. That was Emmy Tracker along with, what was the other one today? My mind is mental. I can't remember what it was. Did I write it down? No. Anyway, you know what I mean. But that one, being each way bet, Just Call Me Pete. If you get 5 to 1, even at 9 to 2 back at each way, I hope the dead 8 stays in. There's an interesting horse in Limerick tomorrow. I was looking for something, an each way bet. There's a horse there in Vintage Gold. Now, it hasn't ran since the stole. And it fell the last time. But it won. It's out of an Indian Ridge mare. Indian Ridge used to love cut, and the Prodigy I thought always had it, but it lightly raced. It ran in Killarney there last year. It was third to apologise on soft ground. It won in Killarney. Handy enough, I thought. And it went up £7. It was creeping into the race. It's what the white hat, the white cap.
Vintage Gold. Leaders tightly grouped as they continue on the approach to the straight with just one flight to jump when they swing in. Don't do odds on in the red and white. A Time to Dream up on the outside. Diamond in the Mud scrubbed along. Improving behind them in the red and white is Vintage Gold. Behind them Max Express and Denny and Knocknagappa have weakened as they make the turn and face their final flight. A Time to Dream, Rachel Blackmore. Don't do odds on Paddy O'Hanlon. Closing Vintage Gold and Daniel King, and turning down is Vintage Gold. Badly hampered Diamond in the Mud, who's also gone on another casualty.
There was carnage in that race that day. It was only sort of an each way bet I could get. It's 9 to 1 with 365. Paying 4 places. That was about the only one. It hasn't ran in a while, but the trainer is going all right, and he had won the couple that ran in England all right the other day. 1 for 3, 33% in the last 14 days. That was the only each way bet I could get tomorrow. There was another one in. It's all hurdle races in Limerick tomorrow. Billy's Filly. But if there was It's 4-1. I don't know why that's very short. It's a third in Sligo. First time in a handicap hurl. 25-1. Ricky Doyle riding it. Conor Brazel. Keep an eye on that in the market tomorrow. Anyway. It's Monday night. What do we do on a Monday night? We sing an old song. I can see her lying back in her satin dress in a room where you do what you don't confess. Sundown, you better take care if I find you been creeping round my back stairs. Sundown, you better take care if I find you been creeping round my back stairs. She's been looking like a queen in a sailor's dream, and she don't always say what she really means. Sometimes I think it's a shame when I get feeling better when I'm feeling no pain. Sometimes I think it's a shame when I get feeling better when I'm feeling no pain. I can picture every move that a man could make. Getting lost in her loving is your first mistake. Sundown, you better take care if I find you been creeping round my back stairs. Sometimes I think it's a sin when I feel like I'm winning when I'm losing again. I can see her looking fast in her faded jeans. She's a hard-loving woman, got me feeling mean. Sometimes I think it's a shame when I get feeling better when I'm feeling no pain. Sometime I'd better take care if I find you been creeping round my back stairs. Sundown, you better take care if I find you been creeping round my back stairs. Sometimes I think it's a sin when I feel like I'm winning when I'm losing again. That's for any of the people living in Canada, and there's a few watching in. The man that used to sing that song passed away recently. I used to like listening to him. So that's it for tonight. Bash the bookies, over and out.